This is a meet and greet with Janice, a approximately 1-year-old German Shepherd mix. John Torpy and I did this meet and greet, realizing that Janice is way too reactive on lead. We decided to get a solid dog like Vader, who we trusted and knew, and we basically walked in, found out we weren't going to be able to control Janice, and let them immediately off leash. I had a previous dog-to-dog with Janice and Shogun, and I knew that Janice was not going to attack or bull rush Vader in any way. Vader is being completely appropriate here and initiating a play, and we're trying to get some video, but you'll notice that Janice is highly agitated and pacing, but Vader is not reciprocating. We're giving them some space, not reprimanding or stopping Janice in any way at this point. Again, she's nervous. Coming in, reprimanding her would just do nothing more than cause problems. Again, Vader's being relaxed. He approaches casually and is performing lip licks, angled back, tail. Again, he's trying everything he can to be her friend. And Janice is coming back to us, checking in, and actually kind of being just a nervous jump. Again, she's still continuing to pace. Not really sure. We've taken the leash off, which seemed to help a little bit. Now, as we go through this, like I said, this is Vader. Normally he's bouncy, playful, but he's completely keeping his distance from Janice. Janice does a couple of walk-bys. Again, completely agitated. She will solicit dogs to play with kind of a nose punch. Again, if the dog doesn't like that, there was a little butt and some initiation of play. But again, Vader feels her nervousness and is just keeping his distance, trying to slowly acclimate and work with her a little bit. Initially she was real barking in his face, but again, Vader was a non-reactive dog. This is one reason we picked him. We knew he'd be a rock-solid helper with this. She comes up, paw left. Now she's trying to initiate some sort of play, but she's just so very dog ignorant and also reactive on lead. What we'll find out later in this video is that Janice actually is more agitated in the room when there's a human present. The second dog we introduced her to is Elvis. He's about a 6 or 7 month old retriever mix, who knows. But you'll see a complete change in her behavior with him. Much more relaxed. Mouth is open. Her tail is more of a wag. You can tell that she's a little heavier on her feet, not so nervous, prancy. And again, Elvis is just an incredibly mature dog for his young age of 7 or so months old. And again, she never really solicited any sniffs or smells from the other dog. Alright, as I go to get some additional water, John is still in the room videotaping. And you can see Elvis is definitely soliciting our attention. And this solicitation will cause Janice to be a little bit more agitated. You can simply tell my returning causes her to redirect on Elvis just a little bit. We didn't give this much thought, again, until we had John leave and come back in and realized that she's much more, we don't know whether it's resource guarding, but again, each time I would go to solicit any attention from another dog or Elvis, I'm trying to attempt to get her leash on, bring her back in, and see if we still have the same problem. Now that she's not being too serious about it, but again, my approach to Elvis causes her to lash out. So the problems that we've been having on leash with her and other dogs make sense. The closer I am to the dog, the more agitated she gets. Now, this back and forth has caused Elvis to try to initiate some play with her, which is good. And again, I'm trying to get the leash on her to come in and come out and repeat entering the room with her on lead, or seeing if putting the leash on her increases her arousal level and agitation. Now, you can see that through play, she's now starting to really play. It's not as much nervous energy. There's Lori looking in. And again, we have some good play skills happening between these two dogs right now. Watch my entrance. Here comes my entrance. And again, she redirects, more playful this time. Watch my entrance. Here comes my entrance. And again, she redirects, more playful this time. But each time I try to interact and pet on a dog, she's generally coming in and not being real comfortable with it. And again, I'm trying to get the leash on her. She's good at avoiding it. You can tell with the play at this point, she's doing really well with the play. Again, completely different dog, a little younger. Vader might have been a little bit too suspect of her behavior to really play with her much. So this is part of what we need to constantly work on with her a little bit, just getting her in and around other dogs. But again, if we tried this all on leash, continually on leash, her leash reactivity would have probably not made the dog-to-dog go real well. With Vader, she was a lot more resource guardy than she was with Elvis. Now I'm trying to get her out of the room to re-enter the room to see what happens. I re-enter the room, and since she has some familiarity with Elvis, we didn't get near the amount of leash reaction that we thought we would. Reach in, take the leash off, and let him play. Again, without the number of people in there, John's filming right now, but by removing people, she seems more comfortable with the dogs, less reactive. She's actually, again, look at the change in her pace, her movement from the initial dog-to-dog with Vader. She's accepting the dog smelling her face and acting halfway normal.